Variety is a concept that you need to understand because it's what allows you to progress along all 10 components of fitness. When we talk about developing strength, we talk about developing speed, power, flexibility, coordination, accuracy, endurance, stamina, balance, and all those things. What we're talking about is all the different ways that our body works, all the different ways that our muscles need to be learn how to activate, and our body needs to learn how to burn fuel, all of that stuff. Variety is the method of doing that with the proper amount of rest, the proper amount of intensity, and being able to change and develop along all of those kind of simultaneously. It's a way of multitasking. If in traditional training, if all I do is focus all my time on strength, then I'm not working on endurance. If I'm spending all my time on endurance, then I'm not working on strength. So in order to allow some of that stuff to overlap, then we want to mix things up and get a variety of things in our workouts in a day, in a week, in a month. So over a period of time, we get to hit all of the different aspects of fitness without focusing on one too much, okay? And without leaving any behind, right? Things to remember is, and this is where you get messed up a little bit, is variety is two things variety is not, okay? Two things variety is not. Variety is one, it is not random. You can have a varied routine without it being random. Being varied and having different things that you want to work on does not mean you do it without a plan, okay? Planning is a very big component and must be part of the process. You have to plan things out. When you plan things out, you have an idea of how often you want to work on certain things, how much rest you have. You plan out how much resistance, how much intensity, and you can get a better plan on how you implement the variety, okay? So that it's not just picking things out of a hat and hoping that you get a good mix of all the different things you're trying to get, okay? So remember, variety is not random. It is not the same thing, okay? There is planning behind it. There must be a method, there must be a goal, and that's where planning comes into play. You have to figure out where are you trying to go with your training, where are you trying to go with your fitness, and put a plan in place to help you get there, okay? That includes variety. Another thing variety is not novel, it is not fancy, okay? Right now, we're at the day and age of social media where a lot of coaches, way too many coaches in my opinion, are running out of content. They're putting so much information out there that and there's so many of them out there that in order to compete, they have to do things that are eye-catching to get your attention. In that space, in that effort, they are forgetting and they are missing the fundamentals, and they are getting beyond what the average person needs to get fit. Okay, the average person doesn't need to do funky, banded, one-legged clean and step on a box at the same time. Okay, it doesn't need to happen. The average person doesn't need to be doing funky kettlebell movements while they're doing side bends or weird twisting lunge motions, right? It doesn't need to happen. Okay, there are basic movements, basic things that we need to do. Okay, 7 essential movements. We need to push, we need to pull, we need to squat, we need to hinge, we need to learn how to twist our body in control. Twisting happens, we need to do it safely, and then we need to walk. Those are the basic movements, the basic things that we need to do. If that's not what your training is based on and the foundation of your training, or what your coach or the person that you're following on Instagram is doing, you don't need to be following them. If your goal is to just get functionally fit, to get off the couch, lose some fat, build some muscle, improve your quality of life, you don't need to be following and doing fancy workouts. You don't need to be working out for an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. You don't need to be doing a ton of these crazy things, right? Risk and safety over reward, okay? You don't need to take the risk. You need to be safe, and the reward needs to be high for what you're doing, okay? So just some things to keep in mind. It doesn't have to be flashy. It can be basic. It's okay to be basic when it comes to your fitness. It's okay to change things up and do things that you're not used to doing. That's the whole goal. That's what variety is all about. Get your body to do something you're not used to doing so it can get better in that area. All right. There's a lot more about variety and things we can talk about, but I just want to kind of get that out there in that, it's okay, and you need to change what you're doing, because without change, nothing changes.